everyone, welcome to Fridays with Dannphan. How y'all doing? Thank you for the opening donation. That's love, act, man, carry. Hashtag keep fighting. Hey, I made 2 in a row. It's the end of the world as we know it. Well, good to have you, as usual. Whatever happened to Ishkra? That's a good question, honestly. I heard from her not too long ago, but basically she just unplugged for a bit, and I don't know. I guess some people need a break from the internet every now and then. Been a while since I was last here. Hey everyone, hey, Gabe V. Jen is in the chat. And what's up, Brian and Red Baron, Snoopy, Free 63, of course, Trent. What's up, everyone? Y'all having a good Friday? I'm honestly not that sure how long I should stay. My throat is a little bit scratchy. But then again, it's just like, I don't know. Something about this house is just constantly dry. It's odd because I was told that this house was built on what used to be a swamp. But my ongoing theory is that it was actually a desert because all the moisture just like gets sucked out of you when you're here. But overall, it's been a pretty okay Friday for me. I've been working my butt off recently for Horizon Quest. For those of you who didn't hear about that, I guess I should actually like put that on the screen so that you can see what I'm referring to. Let me pull up the pre-launch page. Share screen, window. There we go. Yeah, Horizon Quest. Woo! I wish for these little thumbnails down here, I wish they would show the full page. They make it look like you can click on it to see the full picture, but you can't. It's very deceptive. But yeah, so I've been working my butt off on this for the past... Oh, fuck. Who even knows how I completely lost track of time at some point, because this is actually the second round of working on it. Redoing everything that was lost on the hard drive, and there was a lot lost. It was a good bit. Oh, hey, Chest High Wall. You can't stop me from giving you money. Welcome to the chat, and there he goes. Okay, bye. Whatever. Good to see you anyways. Hey, Maverick Christian, thanks for the donation. I also made 2 in a row. Yes, look at us. We've got a streak going. But yeah, so yeah, this Horizon Quest was originally supposed to come out last year. Instead, like, got pushed to this year because I had to redo everything, and that was just no good. But yeah, so this is an exciting collaboration. I'm doing all the art for it, and it's probably like, I guess, the first campaign that I'm doing. No, wait, besides Ellie, I suppose. I'm doing all the art for it, and some writing parts, I suppose. I did like some story edits and stuff like that. I don't know if that really counts as being a co-writer, though, because like, it's not really my story. I'm just making the story come to life. Here, this is the full cover where you can actually get a good look at it. The logo, and of course the characters, our names at the bottom. Good stuff. We were planning out like some of the tiers last night, and this is going to be chock full of fun things. So you can get excited over that soon. The house was built on a haunted graveyard. That explains the bad luck. Yeah, there you go. When are you planning on reviewing the next chapter of that terrible webtoon, The Princess's Jewels? You do such a masterful job at explaining why it sucks. It's rare to find any videos that do. I guess I could continue reading it, but I originally, like, it was just okay. So first, I was already planning to read it, right? But then at one point, Black Light Jack like approached me like, "Hey, I want to do a video on something together." And then that's when we got the idea like, "Hey, how about you do the read through with me on my channel?" And then we did a 3-part. But I don't know. I could continue reading it, but I think you do get the vague idea of what exactly that webtoon is just from those first 3 parts of the read through. People have also been begging me to go back and read the rest of Boyfriends, but oh my god, Boyfriends goes on forever. Like, one thing I can say about The Princess's Jewels is that at least it ended. Did Boyfriends ever end? I don't think it did. I think it's still ongoing, uploading every week. Oh, of course. Yeah, this is... Boyfriends will return. Oh boy. It's on episode 148, and I can't even remember where I was in the story. I remember they had finally all gotten into a relationship. There was so much prelude to the relationship. It was insane. But yeah, whatever. The One Piece of Webtoon. Maybe. I mean, there are some webcomics out there that have been going on for probably as long as One Piece. I don't know. What is the longest webcomic of all time? Is it like Homestuck? Yep. If you can count that as a webcomic. I don't know. Let's see if the Googles know. Longest webcomic of all time. Penny Arcade. Homestuck also did come up, but I don't know. The arcade webcomic. How many updates this guy's got? Does it not say? Are they too ashamed to admit for how long they've been doing this? Okay, so they just don't list. They don't even list how many chapters they got. All right, whatever. I wanted to see how long it was. Boyfriends, the title alone makes it sound like garbage. Oh yeah. Well, it's a webtoon, so it's like, what do you expect, you know? Sluggy Freelance is quite long. The Noob comic was pretty long. Yeah, I don't know. No. The Noob. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to find a webcomic quite as long as One Piece, just because it started before the internet was as populated as it is for webcomics to even be a thing. But I feel like there are some pretty long webcomics out there that could compete with being dubbed the One Piece of the internet, you know? Any other webcomics you'd like to see me do read-throughs of? some funny cringe. I got a couple like on tab, right? The two other ones besides the Princess's Jewels that people on Webtoon themselves admit to not be very good are Let's Play and Lore Olympus. And Lore Olympus is probably one of the more popular webtoons. It's at least one that I've seen a lot of everywhere. But yeah, people who actually have like read it, I usually don't hear them say anything good about it. They're like, Lore Olympus, bunch of whores. You know what I mean? But I guess people got like their own opinions about like what is good, what isn't. How is the situation with your hard drive going? Oh, it's gone. It's exploded. It's never coming back. It's gone. The guy who was supposed to be recovering it, he didn't get back to us. The last time that he spoke to us, he'd be like, yeah, it's not working. If I can't get it done in a week, it's like probably not recoverable. And yeah, just didn't get back to us. And it's months later, so we're just going to assume that he's not going to give it back, and it's not recoverable. We're just not going to worry about that anymore. We're doing everything from scratch. That's just how it's got to be. Will you get it back? Apparently not. A rip hard drive. Yeah, really. It is what it is. It's dead. There's no point wasting any more energy trying to find or get in touch with that guy. I've got way too many other things to do. Like I said, I'm like working myself to death on this new comic here, and all the other comics that I basically have to redo work for is just too much. I'm not going to also hire an investigator to get this guy to give me my hard drive back, you know? But yeah, I guess the wrong guy to hire. I mean, I would have hoped that if he couldn't get it recovered, he would at least give it back to me so I could get like a second opinion or something, but just wouldn't give it back. So whatever. Also, to give a middle finger to Crunchyroll and Anime Awards for not including fall anime. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. That was weird. That like struck me as bizarre more than anything. Like, I can't imagine what the reason for that could be other than they just forgot. But whatever. Getting any Shamrock Shakes? Not me, that's for sure. But, you know, come to think of it, maybe I should get a backup hard drive. Oh yeah, let this be a warning to all of you who have important files on your computer to get a backup. I do have an automatic backup now, and I was going to get one, but you know, I was busy then, and then when the hard drive died, I couldn't be busy anymore because I couldn't work on anything. Now I'm busy again. But whatever. Apparently they began voting nominations in October. Why that early? I don't know. That is super bizarre. That is very odd. Yeah, normally you're starting to vote for nominations in like December through January for like what was anime of the year. That's very unusual. Seems like weeb platforms like Crunchyroll are run by fake weebs instead of actual weebs sometimes. They definitely seem out of touch sometimes. Like maybe they get stuck on doing things a certain way and then they don't want to change the way that they do it type thing. Ugh, I'm still a little bit pissy about some of the anime I used to watch as a teen when I was first getting into anime. I was like big on the Funimation dubs because I hadn't learned the way yet, you know. I wasn't a sub person at first because I was like, well, I can just watch it in English and it'll be the same thing. And then it slowly clicked in me like, oh no, this isn't the same. They're not saying the same things as they did in the original. And some of the things they're saying don't make any sense. Oh, that's weird. Why would they do that? And then later on, I figured out, it all clicked in my head that like the people who were translating for Funimation were sometimes not actual translators, but rather instead just the voice actors, like ad-libbing sometimes, and using like a Google Translator or fan translations to figure out what the Japanese text actually said. And sometimes they would purposely change the translation just to be funnier. Because they thought, haha, we're so funny. When we make this joke, people think it's really funny. Someone online said the dub is better than the sub because it's funnier. And then their egos just like inflated, and then they kept doing that for years. And then finally, people started, a whole crowd of people start calling them out on it. You know, more people active on the internet, people talking about how bad and poorly translated these dubs are and how they make jokes at all the wrong places. Oh, these toxic fans are coming after us. They didn't have a problem with it before, so it must just be the toxic fans. It's like, no, it was always a problem. Nobody just said anything until now. It was always a problem. I always had a problem with it. Ay. It's just one of, yeah, whatever. I don't even really consider myself a Funimation hater per se. I just feel like I'm at the point in my life where it's okay to just demand better, you know? You don't have to settle all the time. You can just demand better. And you can just be better. And that should be a saying that all of us live by. Demand better, be better. Why are you settling for trash when you could have something better? That's it. But whatever. One problem with subs is that the translators often includes all countries of untranslated Japanese if there isn't an exact English equivalent. I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean like certain words will not be translated? Because, I mean, if they use the word weeb, right? You're like, oh, you're such a weeb. And there's like no translate, or otaku, and there's no exact translation that they're using for that. And they're just saying, oh, you're such a otaku in the English sub. It's like, I don't really care. I'll just look up what an otaku is. I don't mind learning a new word. It's the same thing with like the rice balls in Pokemon, when they would just try to say that the rice balls were actually jelly donuts so that we would understand it better. Or onigiri, I guess, is what they're actually more specifically called. But it's like, I can learn a new word. I don't mind. Why don't you just teach me what it's called? You know what I mean? But yeah, whatever. Yeah, they got merged into Crunchyroll. That is where we're at right now. Man, I gotta say, I like capitalism. I'm a fan of it. But fuck, why does America have such a problem with monopolies? What happened? What happened? That was supposed to not happen. There were supposed to be regulations to prevent that from happening. Ugh. Maybe maybe I shouldn't talk about it. I'm like putting myself in a more downer mood than I should be in. But really, we gotta have a positive outlook on life, because you're in a downer mood all the time, you just give up, you know? And that's not what you gotta do if you want to actually see change. You can't give up. If you don't see the comic out there on the shelves that you want to see, you gotta make the comic. That's one way of looking at it, at least. It's like, well, if the world's fucked up, then you gotta do something to fix it. Real capitalism has never been tried. Well, I don't mean like anarchism or anything like that. I just mean like Japan's version of capitalism. That's not bad. I mean, sure, they have like low payment, right? And people don't get paid nearly as much for certain jobs in Japan, but the cost of living is also way down, so it's not as big of a deal if they don't get paid as much, because it's like with prices in Japan, it's like a race to the bottom. They're actually trying to compete with each other with prices. Some of these like really shock me when I see some of these travel videos when they name the price of how much it costs to stay at these super luxurious hotels that have like so much elementary schools that no hotels in like America have anything like quite equivalent for, I don't know why. I don't know what reason, but they're just like much higher quality than American hotels, right? And yet they're cheaper by a lot. It's like, okay, well, something's amiss here, you know? But yeah, it's worth to try to like, I guess, talk about it sometimes, just to acknowledge that there is something not quite working right. Oh, thank you for the donation. Faku Goal 2. Woo or woo woo. Very insightful, thank you. Thanks. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Sorry if my internet is crapping out a little bit. I saw the signal go down for a second there. It is a shame. Anyway, what else is going on? Did you hear that the Hogwarts Legacy, there's a rumor that there's going to be a TV show based on it because of how popular the game was on launch. Oh boy. And I'm willing to bet that rumor is not true. I'm going to go out on the limb and say, no, Hogwarts Legacy is not going to have a TV show based on it. Not because I don't think people would be interested in a Harry Potter TV show. They absolutely would be, of course. But for Hogwarts Legacy, doesn't make any sense. Like, I haven't finished the game yet. I'll admit that much. I haven't finished Hogwarts Legacy. But the story is so fucking bland. It is so bland and basic. You could have written that story in your sleep. Oh, get this. Your character is the chosen one. And, you know, they can actually see traces of ancient magic, which is more powerful and can do other things that regular, old school, regular ass magic can't do. there's no specific rules for ancient magic. It's just like more powerful you know? I mean, this is coming from someone who has not finished the story, okay? But it's very bland, is my point. It doesn't come off to me as anything that would strike anyone as being groundbreaking for an addition to the Harry Potter universe. So if you were going to make a spin-off show on HBO Max based on Hogwarts Legacy, you'd basically just be like rewriting the whole thing to make it more interesting. I'm not like other witches. My magic is from before it was mainstream. Yes, exactly. Not that I'm doubting that they'll make a Harry Potter spin-off TV series, but it's probably not going to be based on the story from Hogwarts Legacy. They can just they can do better. But you know, thoughts on the Velma series? Oh god, that was a train wreck, huh? Mindy Kaling really fucked up there. Now, I have been told that a second season is coming. I don't think it was. People have theorized it's from the hate watching, right? That because the numbers were so high from hate watching, that they renewed it for a second season. I think what was more likely, what happened is that they already had a contract for 2 seasons because they just assumed that it was going to be a hit. Like, they just assumed that Kaling was a much better writer than she actually was. Because she had the star power. That's what I think, anyway. But yeah, it's not good. It's, like, really not good. It's very spiteful. And, yeah. Oh, $10 for not worshipping it. Well, it's not good. It's, you know, it's bland. It's just what it is. Thanks, anyway. I've heard terrible things about Velma. Oh, yeah. They just, like, try to attack everyone, and it doesn't come off as like we're all laughing at each other and having fun. It just comes off as, like, really hateful. And also, like, all of Velma's dialogue is just written to be like a one-liner every single time, and it's terrible. It doesn't come off as natural at all. Yeah, you know, I can't give you like a full review on it, obviously, for like a Friday with Dannphan live stream. Right here, we're just like hanging out and talking. But obviously, yeah, it's bad. People who hate it have reason for hating it. And you know what? If they want to do a second season, I'm sure people will still hate watch it, but most people are just not going to give it another thought. Velma is just a nonstop disaster. Yes, yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Velma seems like a troll against fans of Scooby-Doo. Possibly. Quite possibly, because they really did try to like ruin every one of those characters by making them like this nasty parody of what they were supposed to be. And yeah, they really doubled down on making sure that everyone was a bad person. So it seems like it's spiteful. It really does. And this is coming from someone who's not even a big Scooby-Doo fan. Honestly, I couldn't really give that much of a crap about Scooby-Doo or the franchise. But seeing that, I can see, all I see is like someone getting bullied. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, this is mean. This is not right. Even if it's not directed at me, I can still see it. It's like, all right. Would you rather watch Velma or play Jump Force? Obviously, Jump Force. Look, Jump Force might have been a little bit stale, but it's still more fun than Velma. At least it doesn't make me feel depressed afterwards. Oh boy. Goes along well with Thundercats Roar and Santa Incorporated. Yo, yeah, Santa Inc. was really hateful too. That was odd. Santa Inc. was odd because it seemed like they were trying to like send some sort of message, but even they didn't really know what message. Even they were like confused, like, the message is girl boss? Girls good? Oh, wow. It is what it is. Thank you, Maverick Christian. Pitch Meeting and Honest Trailers did some good roasting of Velma. I recommend folks watch it if they haven't already. It's honestly been a while since I've ever watched Pitch Meeting or Honest Trailers. Just because, like, I feel like the gimmick got a little bit old with me. It's like, okay, all of these videos are like kind of the same, and they just like talk about whatever show came out recently. Sometimes it also feels like they didn't actually watch the things that they're making the videos on. Sometimes. But I also get it. If you like want to stay current as quickly as possible, you gotta get that video out there. But I have not watched them in a really long time. Pitch Meeting 1 is important. Ryan is a brilliant comedian, but he's often constrained by SR's political views, but not in this case. Interesting. Yeah. Sorry if this has been asked before, but do you know what you're going to price Horizon Force at? I think you meant Horizon Quest. Yes. So for the campaign, we were going to do double-signed print copies. Although there will be a cheaper digital version, of course, and there will be other goodies to get on the campaign as well. But the price that we're shooting for the print copies is $15 to get them signed by writer and artist. That's me. JJ the Jet Plane. That's me. But you know, we'll have like all the official tiers out and everything when that launches April 6th. So that will be something to look out for. That's why you gotta join that mailing list. It's a good mailing list. It's a 10 out of 10 mailing list right there. You know, like a couple days after I announced like Horizon Quest is gonna go up on April 6th, I swear it was like almost immediately after I hear Sweet Cast Clint Stoker saying that he was going to release his next Downcast book April 6th as well. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, obviously they're both aimed at completely different audiences, so I'm not worried about it. It's just funny. I don't even think that's like the first time that's happened where like I announce a book and immediately after somebody announces a book at the same date being released. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but maybe it's not a coincidence. You never know. So, yeah. Pitch Meeting also did a good one on She-Hulk, and SR's political views didn't prevent one really good criticism a lot of people had of this show. Interesting. Ugh. Oh, man, it feels good to get my foot out from underneath the rest of me. That sounds odd. Well, anyways, what else is going on? We got more Disney trailers. Do you do I even dare talk about the Disney trailers? Oh, the Disney trailers. No. Alrighty, I'll talk about the Disney trailers. We got another one for The Little Mermaid. And to be honest, I think the second trailer for The Little Mermaid looked a little bit better. Some of the CGI was a little bit fucked up, but at least it was a little bit more colorful. That I can say that much. I'm not gonna watch it because I'm sure it'll be terrible, but at least it looked a little bit more colorful in the second trailer. The first one was so gray. And speaking of gray, we got a trailer for Peter and Wendy, and oh yeah. Ah, jeez, Peter and Wendy, what have you done? I mean, look, I don't even like the original Disney cartoon of Peter Pan that much. I thought it was okay. When I did the Disney movie tier list, I didn't put it that high, because I was like, Peter's kind of a jerk in this one, and I feel like they didn't really do him justice. But still, you still look at the Peter Pan and Wendy and oh no. It's all gray, it's all not quite right. Also, did anyone else notice that I don't know how to say this, but for the Lost Boys, they're not all boys. I don't know if you noticed that from the trailer. Hang on, this is gonna ruin my watch history. Alright. I do it for you. Present, share. There it is. For you. They have a bit like these are all the Lost Boys, but they're not all boys because they're all diverse. After a while, it's noticeable. It's not supposed to be like in your face when you do this type of stuff. Is that slow enough? Ooh, look at that face. Yeah, okay. And none of them are like wearing animal skins. And I think these two girls here are supposed to be the twins, right? The twin characters? Do you remember the twin characters from Peter Pan? Should I help you to remember the twin characters from Peter Pan and show you why this is odd? All right, I'll do it. Here are the twin characters from Peter Pan. They're raccoons. They're dressed up as raccoons. That was their whole thing, is they were the ones dressed up as raccoons. They made the twin characters who dressed up as raccoons black twins. That's an odd choice. Why those two specific characters, Disney? What connection are you trying to make here? What are you trying to say about these characters? I don't know. I don't know what and this is why you don't do that. Oh yeah. But you don't understand, guys. They had to make them all diverse. That's what you had to do. To be fair, they're not dressed up as raccoons anymore. But they do look like the twin characters, right? They're supposed to be the twins, aren't they? So, there you go. There you go, folks. Now you know why they're not dressed up in the animal skins anymore. Now you know. If you were ever wondering about that, the mystery has been solved. Thank you, Maverick Christian, for the donation. Oddly, in the original story, the reason why none of the lost boys are girls is because the girls were too clever to get lost. Yeah, that was the thing. Is the idea is that they fell out of their cradles, and then girls were too clever to fall out of their cradles. Although I guess it could be implied, of course, that Peter was flirting with Wendy when he was telling her that story. But yeah, you don't need to watch Peter Pan and Wendy, guys. If you want a good suggestion for a Peter Pan live action, I would always recommend the early 2001. Was it 2003? I can find it. Peter Pan live action. Please not Disney movies. Please not Disney movies. Oh God, recommending the Disney movies already. 2003. That's the one I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure this is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of. So this one was more accurate to the play than even the Disney cartoon was. And I enjoyed it. I remember really enjoying this one. I haven't watched it in a really long time, but it's very accurate to the original story. And it's cute. It's wholesome. It's sweet. Peter looks like Peter. Tinkerbell looks like Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell actually looks pretty cute in this one. Tinkerbell. Let me get a close-up somewhere. Yeah. They did her hair really cute. She really looks like a pixie, you know? And she's maniacal. She's got the expressions. Yeah, she's really good in this movie, honestly. What's up with that? Why didn't they just always do that for Tinkerbell? Yeah. 10 out of 10. I recommend it. If you're looking for it. That's my recommendation there. Best live action Peter Pan, in my opinion, Hook. Hook is pretty good too. Yeah. Read the original novel. It's really well written. Oh yeah. The one with Robin Williams. Yeah, Hook is pretty solid as well. Hook was the film that killed Julia Roberts' career. I don't know. I don't know about that, but I remember enjoying Robin Williams in Hook. It was it wasn't really supposed to be an adaptation per se. It was kind of like a twist on the tale. So it kind of it's like a spin-off, I guess, of a Peter Pan story. But it is fun. I like Hook too. Peter Pan 2003, if you wanted the most accurate and also in live action version, I would recommend that one. That Tinkerbell was really good. Yeah, right? It's good. It's a good Tinkerbell. She really looks like a pixie, you know? I love how they do the whole messed up hair, and her expressions are so good, and they actually have her glowing. They have her glowing yellow, a yellow glow. They don't have that in the Peter and Wendy trailer. They're not going to have that for that movie. You know why? Because if Tinkerbell was glowing yellow, you wouldn't be able to tell she was black. And we can't have that. We don't want to do race erasure by making Tinkerbell glow like she's supposed to. That would be bad. Have you seen the 2015 film Pan? I have not. I knew that existed, but I've not seen it. Yes, it's like a hypothetical sequel. That's a good way of putting it. Hypothetical sequel. There you go. It's like if Peter Pan actually did stay with Wendy and like married her and shit, and like forgot about Neverland, right? You probably talked about it already. It's how they bullied a VTuber. Yeah, I heard about that. That's pretty extreme. I mean, the anti-Hogwarts Legacy people in general just kind of don't understand how to be a decent human being. Like, you're not going to change anybody's mind by bullying them. If anything, you're just pushing people away and making yourself and your cause and your group look like a bunch of psychos. You're not helping anything. You are just a troll. But it is what it is. In the original, Tinkerbell is dead by the end and Peter forgets all about her. I'm glad they changed that in later versions. Yeah, well, in the play, the big thing was when Tinkerbell drinks the poison, Peter tries to get everyone in the audience to say that they believe in fairies to bring her back to life. I remember that, and I remember thinking, oh man, that's so cute. that's such a nice touch to like get the audience engaged in the play with you to help bring one of the characters back to life. And they did kind of an homage to that, or well, I guess what they were actually doing was adapting that into the 2003 version, because that's how he brings her back to life in the 2003 movie, is that he's able to, you know, I guess, reach out with his soul. His heart reaches out to the children of the world, and they all chant that they believe in fairies, and then she gets brought back to life. It's cute. I appreciate it. Pick-a-me doesn't deserve that. Oh no, I mean, nobody really deserves that. Like I said, if you do want to change somebody's mind about something and have them like see your perspective, that's not how you do it. You can't just bully people into like believing something different. It's just silly. What pisses me off about the pick-a-me thing isn't just the mob doing what it does. It's the fact that none of the animals responsible for it will ever face any real consequences for any of it. Well, yeah, I guess that's sort of part of the anonymity on the internet. That's why people feel so empowered online as opposed to in person, because they know in person they get smacked. But I don't know if I'd say they won't have any consequences at all. I mean, like I said before, they're pushing people away from them. They're making themselves unlikable and making other people not want to be friends with them, not want to socialize with them. Eventually, they lose their minds. And if they get more and more violent down the road, they're going to get arrested for something, I'm sure. There's more positive ways that you could see things. It's just like focus on yourself, I guess, is the takeaway. You focus on yourself, improving yourself. You see those people who are acting crazy, and you think to yourself, man, it's a good thing I'm not that. I will never become that. I will make sure that we stay away from that nonsense. And then you continue with life. And you know what? You'll be likable. You'll get friends. You'll have a nice life. And all they'll do is scream on the internet. So that's just how it goes. It's called peer pressure. Yeah, for sure. Dannphan and Pick-a-Me collab stream. Well, I didn't know about her even existing until the whole controversy happened. It's just, and I guess that's kind of one of the not so special things to be known for online, is to be known for some controversy. But it's like, at least it's the stupidest controversy ever, right? Oh no, I played a game that's not even created by a transphobe, has like a trans character in the game, along with a plethora of diversity in the game. I know, I've played it. It's just like vaguely created, it's just like vaguely connected to a turf. That's like, it's not really a controversy. It's not, that doesn't really make someone look bad. You really have to stretch to act like that's a big deal. So I feel like it makes the people getting upset about it look way worse. Are you able to see without your glasses? I am not. I can't see without my glasses. My glasses. I'd watch you two playing Hogwarts together. I don't know. Does it even have like a multiplayer? How would we play together? Just passing back the controller virtually online? Yeah, nothing will make them happy. That's another thing to take away from it. They'll always demand more from you. And at the end of the day, you just got to do your own thing. You just got to be yourself. You know how it is. Contacts? I do have contacts. Don't wear them, but I do own them. They're around. Every now and then. Shall we compare poor eyesight? Oh, mine's really bad. Especially, I spend all day, like I said, working myself to death. Working on these comics. And my eyes just burn after a while. So, naturally, these lenses are so thick that I have to have these types of frames. I have to have either these types of frames or like the big round frames, because that's the only thing that'll fit the lenses, because the glass is so thick for my eyeballs. That's how bad it is. But I don't know. I would still watch passing the controller back and forth. Yeah, watching a bunch of friends and people hang out in general, I think it's just fun. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of people having fun and just watching them have fun is kind of like you having fun. It's kind of like I'm hanging out and I'm part of the group. But me and Adam play games together on the Game Fans channel, which is always in the description if you want to check out us playing games. Obviously, like I said, we were playing some Hogwarts Legacy. I'm trying to get through all the story so I can say that I finished it, and I guess give a more thoughtful review on like what I thought. But so far, it's just super bland. It's like super okay. Yeah. You look so different without your glasses, like Clark Kent. I have been told that before. Well, they're so big that it just makes sense that it like completely changes my face, right? Because they're so giant, it's like blocking out parts of my facial structure. But, Oh, It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You today. It looks great, and I'm going to read it later. Awesome. Good to hear. I hope you enjoy it. Doesn't Adam wear glasses too? He does. His glasses are way thinner and nicer than mine. Mine cost a lot more, but his are nicer. I'll admit it, his are nicer. Mine are like these cheap Chinese plastic because it's the only thing that'll fit lenses this thick. And he's got these nice metal and some, I don't even remember what his maker is. It's just some like really nice maker, and it cost less than mine somehow. I don't know. But anyway, we'll probably be ending the stream pretty soon. Friday streams are always fairly short, and I know time goes by super quick. But if there's any last remaining questions or topics that you want to get a quick quote from me for, just let me know in the chat while we can talk it out, I suppose. I'm going to post the page where you can subscribe to the mailing list one last time. I'll go over it again. The project that the mailing list is for is Horizon Quest. This is going to be a new comic that we're coming out with. We're campaigning to get it printed on April 6th on Indiegogo. That's what the mailing list is for, so that you can get notified for this lovely comic. It's a classic adventure comic, with an adventuring party, actually, which I've been seeing kind of less and less of. At least, like, when I do see it, it's like usually an isekai, right? Which is not actually a classic adventuring party. It's more like a video gamey adventuring party. And then the Dungeons and Dragons comics, they're bad. They're always bad. The characters are like doing dumb things, and it just doesn't really make any sense how the story comes together. So I got somebody who knows what they're doing when it comes to writing some fantasy parties. Adam Meisner, fantasy writer. Yes, the same Adam. And so this is his story, some of his characters. I kind of helped shape it, and of course I did all the art myself. I'll be doing all the art for the book, and I'm super excited. Get to like show my art skills and how I've improved over the years. So yeah, I'm excited and proud to be a part of this project. And if you're interested in it, I'd recommend signing up for that mailing list so that you can check out the campaign page when it goes live April 6th. I know I'm not very good at giving comic pitches, but I do my best. I do the best I can with what I have. The knight with the fairy inside is very curious. Yes, that's a good character. Congrats on selling 100 copies of It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You. That is such a funny looking acronym for that title. But it is, yeah. I've just been like referring, as the shortened version, I've just been referring to it as Getting a Job. But yeah, I guess whatever works. Goblin slang? Something like that. Anyway, fairies, what caught my eye? Oh, you're gonna like one of those tiers we come up with then for the official campaign. We got something fun planned. Anyway. So that'll come out April 6th. And that about does it for the Friday with Dannphan stream. I'm backing day one. Well, thank you, Trent. We're really, really excited for getting that out. We have so many people helping us on some of the tiers too, and yeah, this is going to be good. It's going to be very interesting, at least. Anyway, I got to get some water, perhaps even some food, if I'm lucky. And I'll have to see you guys next week. Perhaps, maybe sometime on a gaming stream. Maybe not tonight, though. I'm a little bit tired. So next time, then. Oh, thank you, Mark Schaefer, for the last minute $20. Got my copy. Love the cover art. Can't wait to review. Thank you so much, man. It would mean the world to me if you gave it a review. Thank you. And thank you for the donation. All right. So everyone else, have a good night. I'll see you next time, next week, next Friday, on Fridays with Dannphan. Until then, have a good weekend, everyone. Go have fun. Go out there with a positive mindset and go demand better, be better. Good night, everyone.